and welcome to Everyday Women, where everyday women are celebrated in every way. This is Open Dialogue, and today's topic is stay or go. Now I know that sounds a little snazzy, but it's simply this. It's the great debate. If women opt to stay in their home and work in their home, or should they work outside of the home? And if they choose to work in the home, and you do see I'm saying work in the home because you do work, what are the expectations of the spouses? So I wanted to kind of gauge you two women because you're newly married, you're getting married, and I'm married with 3 children. So I think we would have an interesting perspective. Talk to me.
Well, I think unfortunately, our society's kind of placed it where you either have to pick one or the other. And I sometimes think that the modern day woman wants to be a woman that does it all. I mean, in many ways, we really are Wonder Woman, that we can go home and cook and we can take care of our kids, but we also want to have that career title and have that office and have that recognition among our peers. So I think it's almost kind of like, maybe stay for 9 to 5 and then maybe go. I mean, I don't know. You got to kind of have to figure that out.
I think that in my experience of newly being married, it's been constantly changing and discussing with each other what we are looking for, because we have been changing our roles. I was first sort of more of a stay-at-home wife, and now progressing and finding more of a career-oriented life for myself. And it's a little bit difficult for each of us every step we go, but I think communicating has helped us a lot, because I do want everything. I want it all.
But when you say we can have it all, that's an interesting perspective, because I'll use myself. I do have a full-time job outside the home, and I do have 3 children. And so at what point, who suffers? Raising my children, is time getting taken away from them, or am I focused on my career? Are they in childcare all of the time as I'm pursuing my career? I'm still a wife, because in my home...
I was going to say, what about your husband?
Yeah. Exactly, because in my home, I'm a wife first and then a mother. That's controversial in itself, but I'm a wife first and then a mother. So you saying that I can have it all, I think that I can, but how do I do that when I have all of these entities that I have to fulfill?
I think it comes down to organization. I think women on a whole were made to be problem solvers. Yeah. So we really kind of have to organize it. I know when I was a child and I wanted to kind of balance between playing tennis and being on the cheerleading squad and doing debate, I had to get up at 5 in the morning. But I was willing to do that sacrifice because I wanted all those experiences. And so I think it's kind of the same thing, that if I want to have that time with my kids, maybe I need to hire someone to kind of help me on the side, not to say to raise my kids, but maybe to help me so that I could still have my time with my son.
I missed my dad when I was a child too. My mom was around a lot, and I loved her for that, and thank God she was there throughout our growing up. But there was a lot of times I missed my dad, and I kind of wished, he could spend a little more time with us too. And so I think it's nice.
Or then there's that Mr. Mom syndrome too, right?
Yes,
which is great.
Dads are staying home. Eliza, you make a statement. You say hire someone. A lot of people don't have the financial means to hire someone. Right. So what do you do? And quite frankly, we have to be honest. There's this negative connotation of the word stay-at-home mom. And I personally think when you stay at home, you quite frankly, you work more than those of us.
I think you deserve a medal when you stay at home, which is great.
So again, if I can't hire anyone to take care of my children, and I have the desire to stay at home, but my girls who are single or just married, you say, oh, why do you want to stay at home? Or, you can't ever go anywhere because you need to go to the mall, you have to take care of your children. Help us. How do we find a balance? Because sometimes you make me feel like I'm doing something wrong because I want to stay home and take care of my children.
Well, on the flip side, I sometimes feel that my friends that have kids make me feel bad because I actually want to go out and have dinner and also be relaxed. And they're like, oh, you should be worrying about having children and you should be worried about having them. And I'm like, wow, why am I having all these standards kind of placed on me? So I think we feel it as much as maybe you feel it.
And even if I'm looking towards having that time to be a stay-at-home mom. Mm-hmm. I've been a stay-at-home wife at some points, but I'm looking forward to building that career, having that time with myself and with my husband, and then being a stay-at-home mom but then I feel like I'll have the career pretty much under check, and then I'll be able to have it all. Am I misleading?
Or I think one of the biggest things that a lot of moms are looking to do now is the multi-networking type of things where they can stay at home and they can do like a Pampered Chef. They could do an Arbonne where they can actually sell stuff and do it during the day while their kids are at school, and they get the residual income, and then in the afternoon they get to be there with their kids, and then at night they get to be there with their husbands. So I think it does come down to that organization, that you kind of have to have in yourself. But even for people that can't afford to hire someone, I'm a huge proponent that it takes a village to raise a child. So I know, coming from a Latin background, I have a lot of aunts and cousins and uncles that sometimes I've been, you know, asked, hey Liza, can you come over and take care of Alexis for me? Or hey, can you do this? And that family steps in to kind of help you out. So I think you have to be able to use your resources.
Right, but we don't, but I think that we've gotten away from the village concept, because originally when women, or parents, opted to stay at home, it was to have that quality time with their children. Now it's more so, and I think we're getting back to that, and I think that's why I have the desire, because that piece is missing with the children coming home and not being latchkey children, but having their mother or having their father or whoever's their caregiver there. But you know, we miss that village concept because everything's so fast nowadays, and everyone's trying to make money, and
it
so
is harder because the traffic of driving places, or if we overload our kids or our own schedules with dance class, tap class, giving them so much. I think we need to simplify. Basically, I think we need to simplify and communicate.
I would say, if you're going to have your kids at home, that means that you should spend time with them, because I also know many women that say that they stay at home
and they're in Target.
They're at Target. They're in classes all day. They're taking naps, and the kids
are running wild.
Yeah, and they put them in front of the television or in front of their Nintendo, and you know, the games need to be taken off, and you really have to be a mother, or you really have to be a father. I commend that. I think that is so fantastic, and more of our kids need that, because we've gotten in this society, as you say, where we've forgotten about that, and we expect the teachers to all of a sudden raise our children for us.
True.
Well, ladies, I think we could spend a lot of time on this, but at this point, open dialogue is closed.